Happy New Year and welcome everyone to our annual New Year's Day celebration. I'm so glad that you could join me today. I know there's a lot of things you could be doing, but I always feel like this is such a beautiful, blessed way to start the new year with wonderful angel energy to find out what our angels have to say and spirit guides to us on this auspicious day as we begin a new year. And this year, it's also the new age because we're starting a new 9-year cycle and we're also starting a new 26,000 year cycle, which is kind of mind blowing when you think about that. Nobody alive today was alive back the last time it changed. So who knows what's coming? I don't know about you, but I felt an energetic shift last night and it was like something popped. I also had a vertigo attack, so maybe that colored my experience. So I'm curious to find out what happened for you. And I'm very hopeful that the vertigo was just the last old energies flowing away as we step into this new era. So welcome everybody. I see Miss Debbie's here and Human Guyan, Dorothy, Linda. Awesome, awesome. So you guys can put your questions into chat and I will get to you. I'll go down one by one. If I miss anybody, it's not on purpose. So just let me know and I'll come back and pick you up. Once we get going, sometimes it's easy to skip over a question. So I don't want to miss anybody. Trudy, welcome. So glad to have you all here. I hope you all had fabulous holiday season and a wonderful New Year celebration. This is a really special time. Yvette, so glad you could join us. Yeah, that's the fun part of doing this particular one because we're during the daytime, so more people can join us than our Monday night. And by the way, I just want to remind you, coming up on Monday will be the first Monday Metaphysical Chat. So I'll be back on here live at 9 o'clock on Monday night for more questions. But today is all about New Year and new opportunities. If you've had a chance to listen to any of Metatron's messages lately, you know he's really been beating that drum about new opportunities. So I think that spells a lovely sign for what we're stepping into. Everything is new. So there are no limitations, not that there ever were, but we came with a lot of built-in ones. So now we're starting with a fresh slate. Everything is open and ready for us to step into it, choosing only those things that feed your soul and feel the very best, because we want to be very selective as we step into this new energy so that we do create that future that we've been dreaming about. And that is, of course, Earthtopia, but we've got a lot of steps to go before we get there. Today is just the beginning of moving into the new era and getting that much closer to the Earthtopia energies. Somebody asked me in a comment about what is Earthtopia. So if you're new and you don't know what Earthtopia is, Metatron and Gaia have been talking about Earthtopia since about 2017. So if you are someone who follows the Christian Bible, Earthtopia would be kind of like the second coming of Jesus. But this is not connected to any religion. This is for the planet. This is for everybody. So it will be a time when the dark forces have been quelled. They will have left us alone. They've been defeated by the light workers. And now we step into an era of oneness where everybody is equal. None of that nonsense where only white people are equal or, any particular group. We are starting from scratch, everybody at the same level with the same opportunities, living in a state of oneness, peace, harmony, and love. That's what Earthtopia is. So yeah, it's kind of like utopia, which is why it has that name. Now, it doesn't mean life is going to suddenly be perfect. It just means we're stepping out of those old negative karmic patterns to step into this new era where we are doing things at a different level, a higher vibrational frequency, because you've got to raise your frequency to even get there. And of course, that opens the door for other star beings to come and visit with us, to connect with us, because once we move out of being those violent humans that we've been for so very long, and we step into this new understanding of oneness, then we will have earned a right to be part of Galactic Federation and whatever else is out there that we don't know about yet. Awesome. I see questions coming in. Fabulous. All right. So I think I've tap danced long enough. I'm going to start with the questions. So let me just pop through here. So Human Guy, and you were first. You heard that we might have a time warp today, and you'd like to know what the team says about it. So let's just ask them. So Metatron, Happy New Year. Is it true that there's going to be a time warp today? Well, technically it's true because it happened after the clock struck midnight and you stepped into the 2026 energies, but it already happened. So it happened across time zones as they were all playing out. So yeah, there has been a time warp. So how can we feel that or know about it? Is there something we should look for? The sensitive among you probably already felt it. Others may not feel anything, or they might have a delayed reaction where over the next week or so, they remember something that happened, some feeling like the switch got flipped and suddenly the lights came on. Things are brighter, they feel lighter, less intense. So it would be a feeling, but not everyone will notice. Those who want to notice and who are in tuned can notice if they choose. But if you don't worry about it because it really doesn't matter. And there will be more. That's only the first. This is a year of many shifts yet to come. So none of them that you need to worry about because they'll happen in divine timing and they will unfold as they're intended. There's nothing special that you need to do other than being present in the moment so that you will notice such shifts sooner, so that you can make different choices once you notice you have shift into that new energy. So, okay, hope that makes sense. Let me know. Sandra, welcome. Let's see, looking for the next question. Sandra asks, what will my year look like 2026? Jolene, welcome. It's been so long. I'm so happy you could be here, and Happy New Year to you. That is wonderful. So for Sandra, team, this is Sandra's team now. We're asking her team, not mine, because they don't know about her. So for Sandra's team, can you tell her what her 2026 is going to look like? I'm seeing this long hallway with doors on both sides, and you're walking down the hallway, and as you do, all these doors are just flying open. So lots of opportunities for you. They're saying, though, use great discernment, Sandra, because not all doors are in alignment with your path. So when you come to an open door, step up to the threshold, feel the energy, look around safely from the threshold, and then ask your angels if you're still unsure, if you can't feel it yourself, but you want to feel the energy, look around and check with your angels. Is this the optimal door for me at this time? Because, it could be another time, but you're always wanting to know when you reach it, is it optimal at this moment in time? Because moments in time are changing constantly. So that's your year. You're going to go down this succession of doors, and each one leading you, the ones you choose, on a path that is in alignment with your soul. And you will stay on that path until something shifts and you need a different door for a different alignment. So it's going to be a succession of choices for you throughout the year. Anything else you want to share with Sandra? Happy, happy, joy, joy. Bring the light, shine it bright. Be that light, bright sprite that Metatron talked about in the 2026 forecast. Shine that divine beacon everywhere. It's like each direction you turn, it's just pouring out of your heart chakra to the world. And just intentionally direct it where you choose to direct it. You don't have to give it to everyone. You direct it where you feel led and where it serves you and makes you happy to share it. And that is you living at your highest potential. So I hope that makes sense. Yvette, you were sick through Christmas, but now you're feeling better. I'm so glad you're feeling better. I hope you didn't have that flu because they're talking about there's a strain going around now that's, really been kind of rough for people. So everybody, let's ask the angels to send out a love bubble to encase our community to protect us from those germs and whatever that new thing is that's coming around so that we can be fully optimized, healthy, vibrant, and ready to go as we jump into this new year like we are on jet fuel, because that's what it feels like. It's just, wow, surging into the new energy. So sending love and healing energy to you, Yvette. Miss Debbie, you had a dream where you were going one way and you were pulled from going up a mountain trail. You made a 180 and you were given a peaceful, calm landing, so you were safe. I love that. That is such a beautiful message about, hey, when you pay attention to the guidance, look how it works out for you. Always in your best interest, because that's what your team is doing. And also, it kind of reinforces their claim and their promise that they're with you 24/7. So there you are, you're headed in a direction that's not optimal for you for whatever reason. And they just helped you make that turn on a dime so that you were lined up and had that beautiful, safe and peace landing. Yeah, that's everybody can take that one and hold on to it, because that's what's available to us when we stay connected to our team. And speaking of which, if you haven't already heard, on January the 11th, we are starting our 7th annual Metatron 21-day meditation challenge. So if you haven't already read the book, it's called The Path to Hearing Angels and Guides. It's on Amazon. If you're on Kindle, you can get it for free because it's a Kindle book, but you just need to read the book and then join us in the Facebook group as we begin on the 11th, going through each of the days together. Now, the reason this is important is because it's only once a year that we do the group challenge. When we do the group challenge, it sets you up for the most empowered journey through that challenge that you can get. Yeah, you can do it on your own anytime you like, but there's nothing that compares to doing it with the group, where you come in and you share about your experience, you ask your questions, you can compare notes with other people, find out what they're going through, and it will dramatically accelerate the ability for you to connect with your divine team. And by that, we mean channeling. We mean having that two-way conversation with Creator, with the angels, with your spirit guides, with departed loved ones. It's all available to you. And most of the people that have put in the effort and gone through this challenge have come out in a very short time being able to channel. Can you imagine? You can go into your own Akashic records. You don't have to wait for somebody to hold your hand and take you. You can do it yourself. Now, of course, once you develop the ability, you got to keep practicing to hone your talent. It will get better and better over the years. Practice is what makes it happen. But it's a jump start to get you going on that connection. So let me grab the link and I will share with you for the book. Now, in the book, you will find a link to the Facebook group so that you can join us. And there's also some goodies in there for you. So you'll get all those goodies. There you go. That's the Path book for the 21-day meditation challenge. So in that book, as I said, all the links are there for you to get started with the Facebook group. And, if you hate Facebook, I understand that. I'm not a fan myself, but it's where the people are. We got to go where the people are. So even if you don't have an account, you don't like it, maybe you could open an account and you only use it for the meditation challenge. It is totally worth it, I promise you. And, if you choose not to, you can still do the challenge, and we will have some live streams connected to the challenge as we go through it. So you can participate in that as well. But there's nothing like the group. So you do what works for you, but you are definitely welcome to join us. And The energy and the love in that group is just phenomenal, off the charts. It will bless you in ways you cannot even imagine. So we would love to have you join us. Hello, Rossi. Happy New Year to you. Jolynn. Aloha, right back at you. What does Metatron see for you in 2026? And it is Metatron, like Meta, Facebook Meta. Isn't that interesting? They kind of stole that from Metatron. Megatron would be somebody else, but that's okay. He doesn't care. I just thought I would clarify that for you. So, what does Metatron see for Jolynn in 2026? I'm seeing sparkles. Like those bedazzlers that you see in those TV commercials. Um, so it's you putting out your love, your intention through your choices, your actions, and they are at such a high, powerful, energetic level that it's like when you do it, it's like you bedazzled it, if that makes sense. So there you are. You make the choice, you take the action, and it's like you leave your Jolene stamp of bedazzlement, that little sparkle. And that's what you're going to be focusing on in this year. They want you to know, as you're doing that, don't focus on efforting because that blocks you. That brings you into resistance. You want to be in flow the entire time. So there you are. You're living your best life. You're in bliss as often as possible through flow. And when you feel led, you bedazzle someone in that flow and allow it to continue flowing. And it will be effortless. You will just look around and your angels will help you to see where it is most optimal for you to direct that energy and that bedazzlement, if that makes sense. So anything else for Jolene? Something about lots of good food. So are you saying she's going to go to a lot of banquets this year? No. It's going to feel like that. That's what it is. Okay. So the energy is going to feel like you're going from one luxurious banquet to another because it's going to be so much easier than it has been in the past. Now, that doesn't mean there won't be challenges that you will have to get through just like all the rest of us do. But in between, it's going to be such a beautiful, glorious flow. It will feel so wonderful, and you will find bliss more often than you have in previous years. You've up leveled, you're at a higher frequency, and now it's just go, baby, go. Put the love out there wherever you feel led. That's so beautiful. Thank you. Jenny, oh, you've been dealing with vertigo too, and you wonder if it has anything to do with the changing energies. It's hard to tell because I've had it for so many years, Jenny, but Miss Debbie and I have been kind of comparing notes on this and tracking when the geomagnetic energies shift. And that's the Schumann resonance chart that they put out. And very often, when the noise gets louder, when there's more pressure, and when there's vertigo, it seems like it's connected to those big blasts. And we know the sun has been lobbing these massive solar flares at us. And we can't say we weren't warned because if you go back on my channel, you will find, I don't know if it was like May or June, somewhere in that time frame, I channeled a message from the sun who warned us this was coming. We needed to get our act together and start taking care of ourselves and the planet. And sadly, that didn't happen. So this is the consequence. We will get through it, but it's not going to be easy. I am hopeful that as we shifted into 2026 and the higher vibrational frequency, that might lift us above it and help us not to be as deeply impacted. But, we won't know for a little while. We can set that as our intention. We can ask the angels to help us with that. So those are proactive things we can do. But let me just ask your team, Jenny. So for Jenny, her vertigo, is it connected to the geomagnetics? They're saying yours is not, Jenny. Yours is more about your body trying to find its equilibrium as you've gone through your health treatments. So can she expect the vertigo to ease up anytime soon? It will get better over time. And you can ask the angels to help you by mitigating your body's response so that it's less severe, if that makes sense. We can always ask the angels to mitigate anything that is too intense for us, even raising our frequency. If it's happening too rapidly and it's causing us to be unbalanced, we can ask them to mitigate it, to slow it down just a little bit. So you can ask your angels to do that to help you through it. Now, of course, it could be exacerbated by the geomagnetics, but the source of yours is more with your health journey that you're on. So the good news is you are coming through that and you are finding a more balanced place so that it should be less intense as you go forward. So let's just ask the angels to send a healing cloak to envelop Jenny, to give her regular, flowing, healing energy, giving her that vital force energy infusion to help lift her up, find her balance sooner, to find peace within her soul and her body sooner, so that she can experience the fullness of her soul journey as she enters this new era. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So love and blessings to you, Jenny. Hey, Linda, Happy New Year. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Oh, you're so welcome, Human Guy, and I'm so glad it helped. Hey, Ironweed, welcome. First time. We are so glad to have you. So let it not be the last time. Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, I will be right back here doing our first Monday of the month metaphysical live stream. So come bring your metaphysical questions then, and we can continue having the conversation. Lily, Happy New Year. So welcome to have you here. Eva, you're not thinking about yourself, but people in the U.S. Will life get better for the people there? Thank you, Yvette. That is so loving and kind of you. We really appreciate that. So can you tell Yvette, is it highly likely that life is going to get better for people in the U.S. anytime soon? It's going to be rough in the short term, Yvette. I mean, there are going to be little respites where it's better for a bit. And of course, the excitement of just entering the new era is there, carrying us in on that beautiful energy cloud. But we're still going to have challenges. The dark forces are probably going to, after they recover from the blast they went through into the new year, they're going to continue upping the ante. We're going to continue outmatching them because we've got the angels on our side. So we know that's happening. So we are moving towards it, getting better. But there's still some journeys that we've got to go through that are going to be rough. And this is why Metatron keeps telling us, listen, you've got to practice, do your meditation, connect with your team regularly, because that helps you to build your strong sea legs so that when those heavy, stormy winds hit you, you can stay upright. You can meet the challenge and exceed it. And that's what we're all working on. So your energy, your intention coming to us from across the sea is helpful and appreciated, as ours is going to you and to all the other places in the world that need it. And this is what all the light workers are doing. We're just, when we feel led, sending out the love, the intention, asking the angels to mitigate where they can. The more we do that, the faster we get to Earthtopia. And the more people who join us in this effort, in this divine mission, the sooner we get there. So we know we've got about 28% of the souls on Earth right now, Metatron told us that, are light workers. They are engaged in this journey. That is very close to the tipping point. So we're kind of like wobbling there. And we just need a few more people to show up to help us do the work. And then we are going to hit that top of that big roller coaster ride. And then we're going to go zooming down towards Earthtopia. So yeah, keep it coming. Thank you for your efforts. Deeply appreciated. Much love and healing energy to you, Yvette. Trudy, you would like messages for 2026 as well. Okay. So for Trudy's team, what can you share with her about 2026? Oh, Trudy, I am hearing Peter, Paul, and Mary singing that song, Light One Candle. I don't know if you're familiar with that song, but go find it on YouTube if you're not. It's a beautiful song. It's, I think Peter wrote it, and it's about the Maccabee children during, I think it was Hanukkah, lighting the candle. It's got to be Hanukkah. Lighting the candle because they had that challenge where the lights went out and the Israelites were instructed to light the candles to keep them going through their big challenge, and they would survive. Their God would help them through, and they did survive. So that's why they light the candles every year for Hanukkah, in remembrance of being saved during that really rough time. I think they were in caves and being hunted, and my memory's not real sharp on that, but I have a sense of that's what it was. But in any event, that's what it's about. So if you take that message for you, it's about lighting the candle. Don't let the light go out for you during 2026. You are on a supercharged mission. That's what they're saying, supercharged mission. Things are shifting into higher gear. So you want to stay in that lane, holding onto your angel's hands, lighting those candles. And if they do go out, the angels will help you relight them. So don't worry about that. You've got a little wiggle room there. Keep going. Let them help you. So is there anything specific that you can say to her other than the general moving forward? Yeah, look for those lights. When you see them, just like an earlier message, stop, study them, use your solar plexus to feel through them for that discernment. Is this a light that is drawing you in because you can add something to it? Or is it a light just guiding your path and you're going to pass it by? And the ones that are drawing you in, of course, then you will step up and ask your angels to help you to connect with whatever it is that's at that light for you to do. It's like they are milestones for you, Trudy, but not every single one of them are milestones, or actually milestones rather. Some of them are just lights. So you have a big job ahead of you this year. This is about you fine-tuning your discernment so that you more often than not choose the ones that are actually the milestones where there is something for you to connect with. And no judgment here because it's a learning curve. So in the beginning, you're probably going to get some wrong. And as you go, you're going to find you get fewer wrong and you're going to get more right. I hope that makes sense. Let me know if it does and if you need clarification. Linda, so happy to have you here. Yeah, welcome everybody, new and longtime friends. We're just so happy to have all the energy here as we gather, and let's just blast that energy out to the universe because we know we've got friends out there in the cosmos who are waiting to connect with us. And we know that we got to clean up our act here on the planet before they're going to do that. But I heard Bashar talking recently and somebody else, and they're both saying you can expect contact, verifiable contact in 2026. So that's pretty exciting. So I think the AI Atlas thing was like a scout, just checking on how things are doing and giving the updates, sending them back. And before long, we're going to have some intervention. Now, hopefully it won't be because we're in such dire straits that we need intervention. But if we do, they will step up. They're not going to let us destroy ourselves and by extension, others in the universe. Because if we were to do something drastic like destroy our planet, it would have ripples, negative ripples going out to the cosmos. So they're not going to let that happen. Love a girl. Happy New Year's. What does your January look like? Okay, so for Love a Girl, her team, can you step up and give us a picture of what her January is going to look like? I don't know where you're located, but I'm seeing you sweating. So are you seeing literally sweating? Efforting. Okay. So it's like, whew, wiping away the exhaustion. So what they want you to know for January is stop efforting, relax, breathe, allow your team to assist you with those things that your ego is telling you that you've got to work really hard at. Because the truth is, if you're working really hard at it, you're in resistance. And that means you're blocking the flow of abundance that they're trying to help you get to. So you want to get into that place of flow, allowing things to come in with ease. And then you make the choices that are in alignment with your soul. And you know they're in alignment because they will feel exciting, wonderful. You'll feel it in your solar plexus. So you want to look for that. And then you keep choosing those things that feel the very best. That'll help you get on that aligned path so you don't have to go through that struggle. So beware slipping into old patterns of efforting and that feeling of wiping the sweat of exhaustion from your forehead. So hopefully that makes sense to you. Marcelina, welcome. So glad you could be here. You would like to ask about what the year looks like for you in terms of career, health, and romance. How can you be a better and stronger light worker? Okay, so for Marcelina, what can you tell her about being a better, stronger light worker in 2026? It's intention, baby. You just put your love and intention out there, and we will guide you to do the rest. No efforting there either. Okay, so what can you tell her about career and what else was that? Career, health, and romance. For Marcelina, career, health, and romance. Well, use those principles of flow, and every one of those issues will be easier for you. So let's start with career. What can you tell her about career? Is she on the right track with her career? They say you are. So should she continue on the path that she's on career-wise? I get a big yes on that. And what about health-wise? Is she in a good place health-wise? There's some things that need attended to, Marcelina. So things that maybe you've been thinking about and you've hesitated. They're saying you need to lean heavily into self-care this year. Now, that's all light workers because it's going to be a challenging year. But specifically you in this moment, they're saying there's some health things you need to attend to. I'm seeing you rocking. Why are you rocking? Oh, stress. It's so they're showing the rocking like a self-soothing because of the stress. Okay. So that was a clue for me to lead me to that response. So whatever that stress is coming from, drop it like a hot potato because that is affecting your health. It's affecting your love life. It's affecting your career. Everything is affected when you're in that stress. So look for one at a time those things that are stressing you out. Release them. Don't keep things that are stressing you out. Now, some things you can't release. So those, look at them with new eyes as if you've never seen them before. Find a new way of addressing them that is in the flow. So flow, baby, flow. Let the angels help you to have that insight. Get those creative juices flowing to find a different solution for things that are stressing you out. And then you tick them off your list one by one. So you might start by making a list of the things that you are conscious of that are stressing you now. And then apply focus and intention to them one at a time with your angels at your side as you find your way to creatively releasing them and cross them off that list until you've gone through them all. And then the rest of the year is open for more flow. Now, those stressful things are blocking your romance. So you want to get those dealt with as soon as possible. Again, flow, not efforting, but let the angels help you through them. So is there new romance coming into her life? Is that what you're saying? It looks like new romance. Yeah. So can you tell us approximately when? Is that going to be in the year 2026? Yes. So first quarter? Not first quarter. First quarter is for you doing the cleanup, they're saying. So second quarter. Yeah, second quarter is highly likely. Now, this depends upon the progress you make in the first quarter, of course. So apply yourself diligently because now you got motivation to bring that new romance into your life sooner. So the timeline can shift depending on the choices that you make and, of course, the other person, choices that they make. But you can accelerate it. So apply yourself diligently. And oh, yeah, they're saying you want to join us in the 21-day meditation challenge because that's going to get you soaring faster and help you get through those blocks with more ease. Yeah, so that's awesome. Let us know if that helps and if it makes sense. Oh my gosh. Lady Eva, you've been dealing with that illness for 3 weeks. Well, okay, so let's just ask. So, Eva's team, now that she's gone through that 3 weeks of illness, is it highly likely she's going to step back into optimal glowing fitness and health for the foreseeable future? It's a little wobbly. They're saying you need to do more self-care. Don't rush it. Go very slow, one step at a time, holding their hands. Because if you rush, you're going to have a relapse. They're saying there are things in your body that need to be cleared out because it did a number on you. So there's some remaining shreds of whatever that thing was, probably a virus. But extra self-care for right now. Go slow and deliberate until you will feel a shift. It'll be like all of a sudden, it's like you were driving your car with the brakes kind of on light, so that was dragging you. It'll feel like you took your foot off the brake and now you're suddenly moving with more ease and flow. And when you feel that, then you've gotten past it and you're ready to jump back on and really soar at that point. So let me know if that makes sense. Hey, Debbie, welcome. How are you doing on your new house? I don't know if you had bought it last time we talked or if you knew where you were moving. So give us an update because you've got exciting things for the new year coming. Marcelina, you're looking forward to the challenge. You ordered your book and scheduled for tomorrow. Awesome. Awesome. So if you can read the book before January 11th, that would be optimal because the book is the course that teaches you one day at a time. And you can read it, consecutively. You don't have to do that one day at a time. You can read it in a couple of hours, actually. It's pretty fast read. But that sets you up knowing how the course is structured and how you will flow through it so that you are ready to hit the ground running on the 11th. Super excited to have you with us. Well, so far it's a good new year, Debbie, and we are looking forward to it even being better. Lots of wonderful things coming our way. Linda, messages for you for 2026. What is the year going to be like? You're waiting for your blessings. Oh, let's talk about that first. So here's what hit me as soon as I read that, Linda. If you are waiting for your blessings, that needs to be changed because that's blocking them. So it's like when you're waiting for your blessings, you're noticing a lack of blessings. That's the problem. What you want to do is every day when you get up, look around at the things that you can be grateful for. And, sometimes that's really hard. So if it's really hard, then start with the basics. I woke up. I'm grateful that I woke up today. One more day of life. If the sun is shining, be grateful for the sun. If you have a roof over your head and food to eat, be grateful for that. Really the basics. Start there and develop this gratitude practice where every day you take a moment to pause and look at things to be grateful for and then share that gratitude with your divine team. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for all of these amazing blessings that you brought into my life. What will happen is they'll start expanding. That's where your blessings are. They're blocked at the door because you haven't noticed the ones you already have. Do you see how that works energetically? So you work on that. And in very short time, you will find they start flowing in. Yeah. And especially for money, for everybody, listen to this. If you're in a place of noticing a lack of money, you're blocking it. You have got to look at what you've got. And maybe it's not cash. Maybe it's other things that you have got that are blessings that have value. Look at them, be grateful for them. And then you are opening the doors, allowing more to come in. So for all of us, that's the real key to law of attraction. It's being in that state of gratitude about whatever it is you've got. And when more comes in, you're grateful for that. And that expands the energy, which attracts more to come in. So I hope that makes sense. Now, back to the rest of what you said. So for Linda, messages for 2026. So team, can you help Linda with her 2026? What can she expect? Glory, hallelujah, baby. We are going to partay. Put on your dancing boots and let's move those feet. Get those toes a tapping, get the fingers snapping, move your body. So there's a bigger message about movement for you here, Linda. It's not all literal movement. It's also energetic movement. It's engaging your senses in that movement. So in this moment, look around for what you see that inspires you, excites you. Put some energy and focus into that. Not efforting, flowing. Keep looking for places to flow into. That also opens the door for more blessings that you can notice to be grateful for so that more can flow in. It's all connected. So they're showing you really get out there, taking the action, because when you get an inspired idea and you take action, that gets the energy flowing in this feedback loop and it allows those blessings to flow to you. So when those inspired ideas come, don't sit on them. Take action ASAP, because you're slowing things down if you're not taking action ASAP. That's how you can accelerate the process. So those inspired ideas that maybe you've been mulling over, you were unsure about, go through the list of whatever they are, feel them in your solar plexus, and whatever feels the very best, jump on that now, and then keep going. You can always revisit those other options later once you have gone down that path that feels really wonderful and you get started. You're just going to prime the pump to get yourself moving in a positive direction. Keep going until something shifts and you feel, oh, I'm not flowing as much as I was flowing before. What do I need to adjust? Then allow your angels to inspire you to bring something to your attention that you need to work on. That's how it goes. So for you, it's going to be like a game of leapfrog. You're going to leap from one inspired idea to the next and just keep going in that flow, in that joy, in that ecstasy of gratitude for all the beautiful abundance that is coming your way. And that's what your 2026 can be like when you step up and do your part. Because the angels can't help you if you're not taking the action and moving. They need that action so that they can bring you things to work on. Hope that makes sense. Yeah, isn't that cool, Miss Debbie? I hadn't even thought about that. All I did was I said, oh, if we start on the 11th, that means we'll finish on the 31st. So yeah, let's put all those ones to use. And it is so perfect because we know there is massive positive energy that has been collecting for us to soar into 2026, changing the world in dramatic and fulfilling ways. I think when we get to the end of this year, we are just going to be gobsmacked at how things changed so dramatically. It's like we stepped over the threshold, and they just showed me this picture. If you watched Roots, for the African slaves who still remembered their customs from Africa, when they got married, they jumped over the broom, and they just showed me jumping over the broom. So for us, out of 2025 into 26 is like jumping over the broom into the new era, the new chapter, massive new chapter. Heck, it's a new book, not even a new chapter, whole new book. Yeah, let's go, baby. Oh, thank you for sending all of that to Eva, Linda. I appreciate that. And Eva says it's a wonderful thing. You've not done written meditation in a while, so it'll be great to get back into it. Wonderful. Yeah, we look forward to having your energy there. It's always so much of a blessing. Rossi would like a message for 2026. Okay, so we're up to 35 now. So welcome to all of you who are out there. And if you've got a question, please put it in comments. I'm going down the list one at a time. So for Rossi, 2026 for Rossi, what do you want to share with him? Okay, this is really funny, Rossi. I'm hearing that song Roll Over Beethoven. I don't know if you like that song, if you know that song, really high energy. And it's about, I think, if I remember, roll over Beethoven and give Tchaikovsky the news. Something big is happening. It's like a huge opening, a blast of energy. And isn't that where you are right now as you are standing on the cusp of this new year, leaping into it? So a lot of excitement, a lot of intention, but they're also saying be very specific about your intention. Mull over the opportunities that you have before you. Choose the best. And we're going to keep hearing that because that's just divine truth for everybody. Choose the best and then get busy on it. Move forward. There is a lot of really palpable energy I can feel that's gathering right behind you. And if you don't get moving, it's probably going to bump into you and knock you off your feet because it's so big. So big year for you. Anything specific that you want to share with Rossi about that? They're saying lead into your musicality. I don't know if that makes sense. And that's why they chose that song. Very upbeat song, too. So it's leaning in with enthusiasm and it's like a kind of a staccato rhythm. Are you a drummer? I don't know. I'm feeling that energy. Are you saying he's literally? No, he's not literally a drummer. Okay. So it's about drumming his intentions like in a shamanic way. Oh, so I don't know if you do that kind of thing, Rossi, but they're saying like in a shamanic way. So if you don't do that, what you might do is get yourself a drum or some other kind of percussive instrument. Use that in your meditation to help. Yeah, they're saying use that to help get you into the rhythm so that you can sink into the deeper levels faster. Yeah. It's helping you come into sync with the energy. That's what they're saying. So let me know if that tracks with where you're at. Richard, your sister Diane has dementia. I'm so sorry, Richard. She's not responding to calls or texts. Is it her not responding or is it her son taking away her devices? Let's ask that first. So Richard's sister Diane, is she choosing not to respond? No, it's her son. Yeah. And they're saying, Richard, he thinks he's doing the right thing because she gets very distressed and he feels like he is saving her from being distressed. And of course, with that condition, she doesn't want to be distressed because that exacerbates things. So what can Richard do? Beyond sending love, is there anything Richard can do? Write. They're saying write to her. And should he send it? No. They're saying start a journal, Richard, and you write to her as often as you feel. Daily would be great, but it doesn't have to be daily. But write and pour out your heart to her in those journal entries. Get it all down. Because even though she's not consciously getting it, she will get it energetically. And when she crosses over, she will know about it, certainly. But also down the road, that will be an important family heirloom, they're saying. Not really heirloom, but a family keepsake. Because it recorded a very important time in history, family history, when she was fading. And Richard, you channel. So when you write and you feel yourself slipping into channeling, let it go. Let it flow. Because that energy of what's coming through you and being recorded in your journal, has more impact than you know, is what they're saying. It's like you're doing it, but it's divinely inspired, and it's like I'm seeing it wafting off the pages as energy and flowing out there. And the possibility exists that that energy reaches your nephew and softens him. So that's what you can do. And they're saying you will feel better for taking the action, knowing that it's divinely inspired and it's what you can do. Just allow it. Send it with all those loving intentions and allow it to have whatever impact it needs to have. That's what you can do. So much love and light to you and your sister and to your nephew, Richard. Hi, Tariq. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Miss Debbie, you were told yesterday during a reading that your color is a beautiful blue of the third eye. Can your team expand on that message? Blue of the third eye. Okay. I'm trying to remember, what is the color that they assign to the third eye? I think is it indigo is the third eye? I'm not sure if that's true. There's indigo. Yeah, I think it is. But so let's ask. So Debbie's team, can you expand upon the message? What does it mean about blue is the color of her third eye? It's a sea of peace, Miss Debbie. As far as the eye can see, a sea of peace that you flow upon. And it's like it balances you. It's you being moored, if that makes sense, to balance, to being grounded. It puts you in that space of equilibrium, of being balanced. And in that space is when you can power up and you can embrace more power. So now I'm seeing you as a conductor. So there you are, and you've got the music stand in front of you, and you got your little baton, and you're tapping, and you are conducting. So when you lean into the energy of your third eye, that is what it looks like and feels like. Not, metaphorically, of course. So there you are, and you are conducting your life. You are the author of the story, the captain of the ship, the maestro of your orchestra of life. It's just so many levels of connectedness for you. So are you telling her that her third eye is open? Yeah, they're saying it's open. Did it recently open? No, it's been open for a while. But they wanted to validate for you that it is open and you can flow on that endless sea of vision, connectedness, and power. Yeah. Anything else you want to say about that? There's a song that I'm hearing, don't really know it. I think it's green is the color of my true love's eyes, but they're singing it blue is the color of my true love's eyes. So they're giving you that song for a reason. Is there something you want to say about that song? Or will she know? And they're giving it to you as a puzzle to figure out. So let us know what that means if you get it. So, yeah. They're also saying it wouldn't hurt for you to look up the symbology of blue because there are layers to this message. So there's more for you to get there. And the layers are as endless as that sea that we're seeing through the third eye. There's so much there for you because you're just getting started. I know you have come a really long way in the last year, but they're laughing and they're saying, "You think that was a lot? Just you wait." It's taken off like gangbusters. Yeah, very exciting. So thanks for bringing that question because I imagine a lot of people will benefit from that message. You are so welcome, Jolynn. How are things going for you where you're at? Is everything in the flow? Are you feeling good? Because it's been a long time since we've talked. Oh, and Miss Debbie says the ringing has been intense for a while. You've had it for years, but ignored it. And then the vertigo comes and goes, but the ringing stays. Yeah, that's pretty much what mine is too. I mean, even when the ringing is not really noticeable, it's always there at a lower. Today it's kind of like medium height. I feel it like right here on my ears, but I am not wearing my hearing aids today. Hallelujah. Because I can hear a little bit and I don't need them for this call since I'm doing all the talking. But I'm hopeful that that means that I won't need them as often because, yeah, this last little bit, it's been so intense that even with them, I had to have them turned all the way up to hear things. And even then, it's not perfect. This has been such a journey of discovery with these hearing aids because I don't know, I always imagined you put them in and you hear. It just isn't working that way. And I might hear the volume that somebody's speaking, but I don't necessarily get all the words. And it's a lot of effort to focus to get the words, no matter what the volume is. So there's a lot of factors involved in that. And, you know, I'm really hopeful for all of us who have been going through that particular challenge that it will change now that we've stepped into 2026 and more flow. At least we can put that expectation out there and allow the angels to bring us some healing in that area. So we'll all be expecting and looking for that and being grateful for whatever shifts we get, even if they're minuscule, because when we step up into gratitude for the minuscule, it allows it to expand. So that's what we want to focus on. So sending you angels with a cocoon to wrap you in, to bring comfort to your brain, because that's where it's coming from, and to your ears, to all of you, to nurture, heal, and uplift you as you step into this new era of a deeper love and service than you have ever known. Amen. Thank you. Yeah, you guys, thumbs up is really helpful if you can do that. And if you're on a phone and you can do a hype, that's even better yet, because that helps more people to hear the messages. And we have so many amazing messages to share with them right now. And by the way, I will be coming out with a January forecast. There just wasn't time between doing the 2026 and the weekly Metatron, and I forget what else. There's a lot. So I'll get the January out hopefully in a couple of days. And then I got the Sunday message coming out already, the first Sunday message of the year from Metatron. So those are all going to come. I've just got a little bit of a blockage at the moment because I had that vertigo attack last night when I was hoping I'd be able to channel it, but I had to do the self-care first. So we do what we have to do, but better days are coming. Jenny, you are so welcome. And keep letting us know how you're doing. We will keep sending you boatloads of healing energy and love as you go through this journey. And Metatron just popped in to say, there's great hope for your future, Miss Jen. Keep going. Lorraine, I'm not sure which one was a fabulous question, but I'm glad you're enjoying it. And be sure you put yours in if you haven't already. Angie, let's make it a great one the best we can. Absolutely. It's going to be a great one. That's been promised. It's just a matter of the levels of greatness. So we're in charge of that. It's what we bring to the table and what we do with it. And so all of us are at this new place of, I think, a deeper understanding of our unlimitedness so that we step out there looking for new ways of being. If you listen to the 2026 message from Metatron, it's all about new this, new that, new everything. So uncharted territory, new age. So let go of old patterns that don't serve you and look for new ways of doing things that help you stay in the flow. That's what we're all going to be working on. You are so welcome, Lady Eva. Lorraine, you'd love to know if you're going to stay stable and comfortable, healthy and safe in your home this year. Okay. So for Lorraine, can you tell us, is it highly likely that she will be stable, safe, comfortable, and healthy in her home this year? They said like a rock. That is your intention, and we will assist you. Yeah, that is the best place for you to be right now. And should it change, they will help you shift into whatever the next best place is. But for right now, you are there. So lean into that feeling of comfortableness and safety, and then gratitude. Let the waves of gratitude flow. And if you don't already, Lorraine, it would be really great to start a gratitude journal. Doesn't have to be long, but every day just write a little something to record all of that beautiful energy that's flowing through you so that it's captured. And when you do have a day when you're feeling a little down, you can revisit your journal pages and that will uplift you. You will also have evidence right there in front of you of the miracles and the blessings that have already flowed into your life. When you do that, when you focus on that in gratitude, you open the door for more to come in. So that will help you to stay stable, stay balanced, at peace, and in the flow as you go through the year. And it will open the doors for ever higher levels to meet you. So that is the very best you can do for yourself. Yeah, great question. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Rossi, for the subscribe and comment and share. I appreciate that. Hey, Gigi, did you change your name? Or maybe you're a different Gigi. I'm not sure. But welcome. It's so happy to have you here. And let us know what your question is. Because everybody gets their questions answered today. That's why we're here. Karen, you'd like to know what the first part of 2026 will be for your family with health and finances. Okay, so for Karen, team, can you tell her what the first half of 2026 has in store for her family in terms of health and finances? Bit of a bumpy road in the beginning, but nothing you can't handle. So it's an opportunity, and it's helping you to stretch into your faith and trust. Because when you hit the bumpy road is when you need to reach out and grab those angels, leaning in to the faith and trust so that they can help you, they can guide you, they can offer you inspired ideas for how to get back into flow. So always be looking for the flow. Whatever you're doing, if you all of a sudden feel it's bumpy or it's a lot of effort, then stop. Call your angels, do some deep breathing, ask them to show you or to guide you into the next step that will be flow and get you back on track. So for you, it's little corrections. Stay present, always looking for when it starts to feel more challenging, then stop. Look for the inspired ideas. That's the mini corrections that will help keep you on track. You don't want to wait until you get way out of alignment so that you're like, wobbling all over the road and setting yourself up for more problems. You want to make those course corrections sooner. And the more you do that, the easier it is to stay on path and the longer you will stay. Excuse me, just a sec. I mute myself and cough. Okay, so anything else you want to share with Karen about the health and finances? No, that was it, Karen. It's those micro adjustments. The more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. And you will get to a place of flow where it is so easy. You almost do it automatically. It's like you feel it before it actually glitches. And so you anticipate, you shift so that you can stay in flow even longer. That's really awesome. So you're on a very positive, wonderful, energetic path. Just keep flowing through it. And the first half of the year is looking really good for you. Just watch out for the bumps. Be sure you do your course correction. Okay, Trudy, you will listen to Light One Candle. You look forward to learning what the supercharged mission is. Learning to have more discernment, always good. Yeah, for all of us, because the dark forces are really sneaky and they can trip us up so easily. Here we are thinking we're doing the right thing, we're on the right path, and oh, they sneak something in, and then we have to course correct. But discernment is what saves us from that. Tuning into your solar plexus, feeling your way through. And as soon as it doesn't feel right here, then stop. Do some deep breathing. Connect with your team. Do a little meditation and let them guide you. And, if you can see things in your meditation, great. If you hear things, whatever comes through. And for you, also, doing the 21-day meditation will help you with that. It's for everybody. If you want to be able to stop and get your answers sooner, then the 21-day meditation challenge will help you do that. You will not believe how it changes your life because you can just stop, take a couple of deep breaths, and you're connected, getting information, and then getting the answers you need to take the action sooner. So that's where we're all moving towards, because Creator designed us all to have this two-way communication. It just got lost through the ages because human beings like to control other human beings, and they lied, telling people that only special people can talk to Creator. Big fat lie, not true. We were all designed to talk to Creator whenever and ongoing. It's a constant conversation if you choose it to be. I mean, they're always talking to us if we want to hear it, and then we can talk to them. So, yeah, the 21-day challenge is to help you hear them so that you can have those two-way dialogues, so that you don't have to be stuck wondering, now what do I do, while you're sitting in a mud puddle feeling sorry for yourself. Don't have to do that, because you can get right back up, grab your angel's hands and say, okay, show me what's next. I'm ready. And there you go, back on that bright, sunny path again. Everything right with your world. Love a girl, you're so welcome. Hey, Aurora Blue, so good to see you. Happy New Year. Oh, Lady J, Eva J, you got to go. You get the replay. Your husband needs your help. Oh, thank you for being here. I'm so glad you could come in person. It's just a delight to have your energy here. And Happy New Year to your husband as well. Much love to you. Bye. Marcelina, I am so glad you found the channel too. I love your energy. Love having you with us. It's such a blessing. Yes. Love and gratitude to you, and accepted. It's just flowing here for everybody, which is so wonderful. Debbie, you did move, but you still need time to sell your home. Okay. So let me know if you want to ask about that. Congratulations on getting moved. That's a huge thing, but wow, just in time for all the snow, right? Chris and the Ocean, welcome. I don't remember that name before. So glad to have you here. Any news about 3i Atlas and if there is sentient life? Well, there is sentient life. We've talked about that before, and Metatron has mentioned it in several messages. If you go back and you look at the podcast list, Sundays with Metatron, look through those descriptions, you will find several references to 3i Atlas. So more there, but let me just ask for you now. So what can you tell Chris and the Ocean about 3i Atlas? Would you like to share? Oh yeah, baby, there's sentient life there. They were the Watchers. They came to observe because they knew this was an expansive time for your planet, that you were going through this massive transformation. And there were others watching too. You just weren't aware of them because so many in the cosmos have had their eyes on this planet as it expands and evolves. It's a very exciting time. And what you're going through does have an impact on them. They are pulling for you to come through in a positive way to finally defeat the dark forces, to bring love, connectedness, peace, harmony, and joy back to your planet for everybody, not just the privileged few. So it's about expanding our consciousness, evolving to the next level for humanity, because that's what we've been working on, and this big leap into 2026, the new age, a whole new era of beingness for souls. Now, what they're popping in to say is that the souls who are choosing the dark path are going to not leap into that new higher frequency energy because they're not able to. They can't feel it. They can't see it. They're not in alignment with it. They're going to stay behind in those heavy, dark energies. So at some point, you are going to pull away from them. And they show it to me like, it's almost like we're rising on a cloud. We're still on the planet, but we're rising on a cloud to a different level of Earth. So the fourth dimension, coming up from the third, which they're staying in that darker energy, and we are rising. So at some point, it's like we won't be cognizant that they're there anymore. And if you by any chance have read the, what is that book? The Celestine Prophecy. That's what it is. The Celestine Prophecy talks about people's vibrational frequency rising, and it's almost like we're humming at this higher level, and we stop being visible to those who didn't rise. So if you think about it, like dogs can hear and see things we can't see and hear, it's at a different level. So at some point, we will have shifted to that level where those who stayed behind the dark forces and the mesmerized, unawakened masses, they just won't notice us anymore. We'll be doing our own thing. So, hope that makes sense. Oh, thank you, Alyssa. I'm so glad. Oh, Eva, you're back. Awesome. The pendant. This is, oh gosh, labradorite. So it's a chunk of labradorite, and you see the shininess when you move it around the light. It's just a stone that drew me in, so I wear it. I know it has some really cool properties, but I can't think what they are at the moment. But you could look it up. It's a nice stone, and this is a big one, so it has a lot of substance, and felt like the right one to wear today. Welcome, Sonia. So glad you could be here. Jan, too. Glad you could be here. What do you need to dwell on to be able to walk again? You fell 7 months ago. Rods, plates, and screws put your arm and leg together, but you need a walker. Okay, so let's ask your team. So for Jan 2C, is it highly likely that she will be able to walk without a walker? Yes, they're saying yes, definitely. I feel the strength coming back to you. They're letting me feel that strength surging through your arms and legs. So allow them to help you with that. Know that you can ask for that. They will help you with it. They'll bring extra strength to you. So what else does she need to know on her journey to walking without the walker again? Take your time, baby. Don't rush. Let your body heal. Lots of extra self-care right now, but also send love to your body, appreciation to your body, letting it know that you so appreciate it and that you believe that it will one day be restored so that you can walk again. Tell it that. And they're showing you, kind of holding yourself and humming or singing to yourself as a connection to your body. Because your body is the suit that holds your soul. And you want to bring that together in oneness as well. part of what we are moving towards and have been for some time is one within ourselves. And that is soul, higher self, and body coming together in oneness. And body, of course, is ego as well. So all of that coming together in oneness, working together for common purpose. So as you step into that energy, that oneness, all systems firing together, that will help to get you there faster. And so they're also pointing out that, hey, it would be really good for you to join us in the 21-day challenge, because that would help you connect with your team so that you would feel that energy more viscerally. There's also, go look under the meditation playlist on my channel. There is a vital force infusion meditation. That one is really helpful for all sorts of healing. And you could do that as often as you feel a need. Because they're saying it's coming. Have faith. Don't give up. Let's just ask if we can get a timeline. So for Jan 2C, can you give us a highly likely timeline when she might be able to walk without the walker? Is it in 2026? Is it in the first half of 2026? Okay, so third quarter? Yeah, it's going to take a little time. They're saying third quarter has a good probability. So you keep working on all those things that you can work on. Don't get discouraged. And when you do, meditate, lean on your angels and your faith and trust that they are helping you, but also knowing that realistically your body does need that time to regenerate, and you are doing that for it. Now, they're also saying there are alternative healing methods out there that you might want to explore. There are things that can help accelerate your healing. So I would jump into some homeopathics that help to bring things online sooner. There are wonderful homeopathics that help with ligaments, joints, muscles, all of the pieces, bringing them back together, even helping with the synovial fluid in the joints, moisturizing them for, people who've got that bone on bone thing going on. So that's available to you if you're not aware of it. And of course, there are other methods out there. There's Asian medicine, which has got wonderful attributes. Something else that I also use are patches. I have LifeWave patches, and they are working at the stem cell level. It's actually light therapy that is stimulating the copper peptides in your system to regenerate your stem cells. And they help with a whole host of things, including, with this brain thing that's going on with the tinnitus and the vertigo. So things like that can take a while. But I noticed when I first started using them, they lowered the tinnitus right away. So everybody has different results, but, that's just another thing that you can learn about. So if you want to know about any of those things and you don't have access, just send me an email and I'll connect you. But don't give up on yourself. I personally have been told by doctors more than one that they can't help anymore. You just got to live with it. And to that, I say, you live with it. I'm going to find a solution, whether it's divine or one of these other things. I'm going to keep searching till I find my solution, because I'm not giving up. Didn't come here to give up. Forgive the finger, but that's just the best way I can express the way I feel about those doctors who are very unhelpful sometimes. That doesn't mean they're all bad, but for some reason in this lifetime, I've attracted a number of them that are just not helpful. Yeah, call me bitter, right? But that's okay. I'm not letting them get me down. I'm going to find my own solutions. Linda, it made sense. I'm so glad. Alyssa, messages about your soul path for 2026. Okay, so for Alyssa, team, what can you tell her about her soul path in 2026? I'm seeing this wall of tomato red, and unless that means something specifically to you, it usually is about being more grounded. It's about the root chakra. So being grounded is really important this year because these energies are so potent, they can just lift you right off the ground and off the planet. So being grounded, being conscious of being grounded, being present in the moment, being very purposeful in your choices, that's going to help you. And they're sarcastically and comically saying, "Get ready to rumble." And I don't know if that's meaningful to you. It's very playful. And that doesn't mean that you're going to have a rough year, but there are going to be ups and downs. So get ready to face the challenges, holding on to your angels and knowing that they can lift you right over. You don't have to go through the muck and the mire. They will help you through. You've got what you need. Stay on your course. Keep feeling through your solar plexus for what is feeding your soul. And they're repeating that. More searching for what feeds your soul, because that helps you stay on course and avoid those rumbles that might be out there waiting to trip you up. So anything else for Alyssa? They want you to incorporate more fun. They're showing you playing hopscotch. So anything that you can do, getting out and engaging with your body and with the environment, connecting with the planet, grounding, that's all connected, right? More play, more self-care, but especially leaning into the play. There's just not enough of that energy. You're a little too serious. They want you to lighten up. So that's your recipe for 2026. Let us know how that works out for you. Okay, Aurora Blue, message from your guides. Let me just take a quick look on this other screen so I can get a feel for where we're at here. Okay, it looks like I'm about 20 minutes behind the questions. Yeah. Okay, so we're doing well. I think at this point, because I want to be sure I get everybody, let's stop new questions here. And I'll just continue answering what's in the queue. And then I'll have time in case there's any follow-ups, because I'd like to be wrapped around 3. If we go longer than 2 hours, it doesn't help in the algorithm. But we will be back on Monday. So if you got more questions that there's not time for today, Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern for Metaphysical Chat live stream. And watch, if you're not subscribed, you want to subscribe and hit notifications so that you get the link. But when I have a minute, I'll put up the announcement for it. So you'll have that ahead of time as well. So here you go. Stop new questions there. Oh, thank you, Miss Debbie. You beat me to it. I appreciate that. Also, okay. So, message for Aurora Blue from her guides. Team, what do you have to share with Aurora Blue today? I'm hearing Linda Ronstadt singing Blue Bayou. I don't know if that means something to you, Aurora Blue. Is that a connection that they're saying that you'll understand it? Is there something extra that you can share about that song, or more of the message for her? What can you share with her? It's very nostalgic feeling, reminiscing. So what they're saying, Aurora Blue, is reminiscing and being nostalgic is wonderful, but don't get stuck in the past. You also want to be present right now so that you can create the future that you desire. Because if you're always stuck in the past, then the future just kind of wobbles around on its own, and you're not consciously creating what you want. That means other people are creating it, and you've got to live with it. So you want to be a conscious creator. Yeah, take those moments to do the reminiscing. Just don't get stuck there. So more of that being present and thinking about, really considering what you want to create in the present so that it will evolve into your future. Consciously creating now. So looking for what feeds your soul and doing it purposefully. When you do that, Aurora Blue, you will bless others, because anytime you do what feeds your soul, that puts you into beautiful alignment, so that by default it blesses others without your even having to put any extra effort there. So yeah, more flow, doing what feeds your soul, and being purposeful about staying present in the moment more often than you have been. That's key for you in 2026. You will find it opens more doors of opportunity. It brings in more joy. Yeah, lots more joy coming for you. And they're saying also, get out there and move your body, because that gets the energy flowing. More playtime for you also. But I'm seeing you like walking through the woods and just connecting with nature, allowing that energy to flow with, around, and through you. That would also be balm for your soul. So if you've been doing too much indoor stuff, try to find ways to get out and connect with nature. That's important for you right now. Breathing the fresh air, even if it's cold, breathing that fresh air is really important, body and soul. Okay, so let me know if that makes sense. Josie Chase, welcome. Your name is new to me, so glad to have you here. So, a message for 2026 for Josie. Team, what do you want Josie to know this year? Well, I'm hearing Tara Boom DA. And when I hear that song, it's about upbeat, excited energy. It's you leaning into living your life in an exuberant way with gusto. So if you've been holding back, 2026 is the year for you to lean in, baby. Get that gusto that your soul came to experience. No holding back. Yeah, I'm seeing you on a motorcycle now. You're driving a motorcycle and you are wearing a helmet, so good for you. You're on a motorcycle, you're bent down, there's a big smile on your face, and the wind is coming and moving your hair, and you are just feeling exhilarated. So whether it's literal on a motorcycle or just metaphorical, that's the energy they want you to feel. So leaning into life with that gusto, being selective about what you put your energy into. Make sure that it's something that brings you joy, that's aligned with your soul. And then lean in, baby, and go full bore. Get that gusto flowing. When you do that, it's like it's going to be pouring out of every molecule of your being, and it will bless other people. You will feel rising up. They're saying rising up from your sacral chakra. That's interesting. This creative energy that permeates your body and then flows out your crown chakra. So it's a way for you to stimulate your creativity. So let me know if that makes sense. That's kind of a lot of little paths there, but hopefully it'll make sense to you. Chris and the ocean. You'll take a motivating message. And thank you for the reminder about gratitude. Also, a message from your mother. Okay. Chris and the ocean, a motivating message for 2026. What would you say to Chris? I'm hearing rawhide. You know the theme to rawhide? Get those doggies moving, rawhide. So that's you getting on your purpose and moving forward, not lying back and watching life go by. This is you activating, engaging with life at a more visceral level than you have been, because you're creating your reality and your future. So you want to create the future of your dreams. You've got to get out there and take the action. So don't hold back. Get out there. Ask the angels for guidance and inspiration. They will bring it. And yeah, join us in the meditation challenge, because for everybody, that's going to help you get there sooner, so that you can see, feel, and hear guidance sooner, take action sooner, get moving forward sooner into flow and joy. And Message from your mother. So for Chris, do you have a message from mom? Chris's mom, what do you want to share? I'm seeing her with needle and thread. I don't know if she was a seamstress or did sewing or crafts like that when she was in the world, but that's what she's showing me. And she's working very industriously at it. She's not slacking. She's not doubting herself. She's got a vision for what she wants to create, and she's just steadily going at it because she has the wisdom to know that when you pick a project and you keep working on it, you will reach the goal that you have in your dreams. And she wants you to take that message to heart and apply it to the dreams that you have been wanting, that you've been desiring. It's all there for you, but it's that industriousness, that sticking to it, not getting distracted, staying on course, and you will reach your goals. And she will be there cheering you on and helping you the whole way, along with your team. You can do it, baby. I know you can, and I'm so proud of you. Thank you, Mom. That was very nice. Okay, Rossi, you'll look into the lyrics. Awesome. Oh, thank you, Linda, for sending the blessings, strength and prosperity to Jan. Lorraine, blue is your favorite color. Happy and beautiful. Awesome. K Midget, you'd love to know what 2026 is looking like. Will you hear your guides? You've heard some might not be meant to hear them. Oh, well, again, the 21-day meditation challenge, and you will hear them. The thing is, you are hearing them now. You just don't recognize it. And that's the course that Metatron put together to teach you how to hear them. That's why it's called the Path to Hearing Angels and Guides. So through that 21-day process, you learn what to look for. Now, for some people, it may be like the repeating numbers. That's your team talking to you. It may be like some recurring animal or objects that keep showing up. It could be an earworm song. It could be, what else? There was something else I was going to say. Could be visuals, could be sensations in your body. They communicate in so many ways, and they will not stop until you get it. It could also be like intrusive thoughts. So there you are, you're working on something, and this thought comes in like you've got mail. It's something you weren't thinking about, totally disconnected from anything else. That's your team talking to you. Pay attention. That's one of the common things that they use. And sometimes it can be messages that are brought to you from other people. So it spans the gamut. They will do whatever they have to do, including cartwheels and jumping jacks to get your attention. But they are always talking. It's just you haven't learned to hear. And that's why Metatron designed the course so that everybody could learn to hear. Sorry, the noise is getting louder in my head, and it's a little harder to focus on what I'm channeling. It's good we're getting near the end. Okay, so I hope that answered your question, Kay. ET phone home. You've been facing so many challenges since 2019. Will 2026 be a year of positive changes? Yes, it will for everybody, but how it shows up in your life depends upon you. So let's ask what they have to say about it. So for ET phone home, can you give some guidance on how to make the most of 2026? First of all, put away the thoughts about what hasn't happened, what you're lacking in your life. Focus on gratitude for what you do have. That will help expand things to be grateful for. Stop focusing on the past and stop living your life in the future about, I'm going to have this tomorrow, I'm going to do this tomorrow, that's going to be tomorrow, because you wish your life away that way. Be present in the moment. Look for what action you can take that you're inspired to do, that your heart leads you to do, your intuition. As long as it feels good in your solar plexus, then do it. and do it without hesitation. Take the action sooner because that opens the doors for the angels to get that energy flowing and bring you more synchronicities, more opportunities for growth, expansion, and delight. It's all there for you, a banquet to be enjoyed, but you've got to take the action. So they're showing you, you've been kind of sitting with your head down. They're showing you standing up, big smile on your face as you look out at the horizon. You scan the horizon, you see something that delights you, and you head right for it. You make a beeline for it. You don't let anything stop you. That's your team guiding you. Keep doing that, one after the other, and you will notice your year expands in marvelous ways. I would also recommend the gratitude journal for everybody. That will help you, because when you have evidence in your own hand of things that have happened that you have participated in creating for yourself, because you are the creator of your reality, it lifts you up in those times when you get down on yourself and things are not going so well. And by the way, anytime you find yourself feeling like you're spinning your wheels in the muck, life is sucky, that's the time to lift your eyes up, look around for some option, some choice. Go do it immediately, because that gets the energy flowing and it engages the angels. When you're in that space with the head down and spinning your wheels in the muck, there's not a whole lot they can do except dance around you and motioning, trying to get your attention. So you can get yourself out of that immediately by looking up, finding some action that feels good and taking it immediately. Get that energy flowing, that feedback loop. That's the key. And then, of course, the gratitude layered on top of that adds the jet fuel. So for you, that's really important. Oh, I understand, Lady Eva. Just so glad you could be here. Always grateful. Hey, Marby, welcome. So glad to see you. I hope you got a question in there, Marby. Happiest of New Year's to you and your family. Much joy, peace, and love for you. Sonia, what do your guides and Metatron see for you in 2026? For Sonia. I'm feeling a lightness of being, Sonia, that maybe hasn't been so prevalent in the recent past. You're levitating. Your angels are lifting you up with such ease. It's like that game Light as a Feather that you might have played when you were a kid. The angels are just lifting you and you're floating up. You're floating so that you get a better vantage of the landscape, so that you can see the opportunities that weren't obvious when you were down under the clouds and things were murkier. So there's this lightness of being, this new perspective on life, this new joy. And they're saying again, lightness of being. So lean into that, Sonia, because that's where you're headed for 2026. That's flow, baby. You stay in that flow and go in the direction that feels like they're running their fingers through your hair and they're giving you this delightful massage. And it's like a banquet of wonderfulness. You just feel so good and cared for. It's like every need is being addressed. And truly, that is the way it is when you're connected to your angels. Every need is addressed if you allow it. So they're giving you that higher perspective of where you can be. And they're encouraging you. Come on, let's go, Sonia. Let's lift up there into the clouds and experience that exhilarating energy, the flow, the bliss. Bliss is on your horizon. That's what they're guiding you towards. So more bliss for you in 2026. Awesome. Going to be a good year for you, Sonia. Doesn't mean there won't be challenges, because, this is life. We always have challenges. That's how we grow. But there's going to be a lot of bliss. Jolene, your health is getting better? Oh, you got bulging discs in your back and you're allergic to meds. Oh, Yeah. So if you haven't already explored some of those alternative healings, I would lean into that heavy because there are things that can help you. And the patches I told you about, they've got one that's specifically for pain. And I had an impingement in my shoulder, and I'm lifting 50-pound bags of feed. This is when I still had the horses. And it's really hard to do that with an impingement in the shoulder. So I used those pain patches around it. And then I also used some of the other patches in other places to support it. And it's nearly 100% now. Now I'm not lifting 50-pound bags of feed anymore, but I do try to lift other things because I want to keep that upper body strength. But it was really amazing how it helped to heal that. So yeah. And I've got an old hip injury that sometimes bothers me. So when it flares up, I just put the patches on and helps with the inflammation and the healing. And that's only one thing you can do. The homeopathics, they've got one of them is called the rusty hinge remedy because it helps with the like arthritic joints. And there's another remedy called Traumeel that I talk about a lot. It's Traumeel. I'll put that in comments. You can order online. You can get this, I don't know, I think it's like 200 tablets or something in a bottle. And the Traumeel has like, I don't know, 6 different homeopathics blended. So it's a really powerful remedy. So anybody who's suffering with back pain, any kind of pain really, arthritis, any of that kind of stuff, it's a really great remedy. And it doesn't have side effects like some of the NSAIDs do. So it's safe to take. So yeah, I would check out those things because you don't want to settle for having pain. You want to keep moving towards finding your optimal glowing health and fitness. That's available for all of us because Creator designed these magnificent bodies to heal. We just have to set them up, give them what they need to heal, and they can. Time, love, rest, and remedies can do the trick. Linda, for your future move, would it be optimal to rent at first or buy? Okay, so for Linda, when she moves, would it be optimal for her to rent in the short term? Yes. They're saying get your bearings, don't jump into anything. And for the long term, you might find it's easier to rent and just not have all those responsibilities. So don't settle. Find the one that is best suited for you so that you can stay in the long term and alleviate yourself from all of those homeowners' responsibilities that you would otherwise have. Unless, of course, they're saying if you really, really want to buy, of course you can. But we're just saying that you might enjoy it having fewer responsibilities, and we would support you in that choice. Anything else you want to share with Linda? You go, girl. So much wonderful love and vibrance is waiting for you. Stepping back into the flow of life because you've kind of been standing on the sidelines. And this is your year to step back in, to actively participate in whatever way you choose. And that could be something entirely different than you have ever considered, but it is available to you. So don't hold back. You can do anything you set your mind to. We've got your back. We will support you 100%. So go, baby, go. Awesome. Can't wait to hear what you do with that, Linda. Miss Debbie, you can hype once the live is complete if you can't hype now. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not clear on how that exactly works. I just know it's a good thing. Lorraine, you have. Awesome. Human Guy, and so glad you could be with us. Yeah, hope to see you on Monday. Linda, yes, what you dream about, you bring about. You are the creator of your reality. That is true. You know, there were times when I wasn't sure it was true, but I have proven it through working with the angels. They've shown me over and over, and I've got the results. So, yeah, absolutely true. So if you don't have the results you want, do something different. It's all up to you. It really is that simple, that complicated and that simple. You just have to keep applying yourself. Oh, Miss Debbie, you're so welcome. You've got goosebumps. Okay, awesome. That's always a good sign that we hit whatever it was we needed to hit. And it feels like there's going to be more. That's a very layered message. Lorraine, you'll start today. You always speak gratitude in the morning and at night, but you'll start writing. Yeah, the writing is so important because when you have those down days, there's your evidence of what you've already accomplished. And even if you don't have a down day, sometimes it's nice. Maybe you slip into a little doubt. Go back and see what you have already done, and that will encourage you to do more. Because, it's like with EFT, the tapping. When Gary was teaching that, Gary Craig is the founder of EFT, so that's what I mean. When he was teaching it, he emphasized, before you start, on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you now with whatever the issue was, whether it was physical or emotional? You want to know where you start. And then after you do a couple rounds of tapping, stop, where are you now? Because usually the number has changed. Most of the time it goes down. Once in a while it goes up because you aggravated something and then you know what you need to work on. But as people would do the rounds and they would keep checking in ever so often, that number would go down, and it was not uncommon for it to go down all the way to 1 or 0. Phenomenal. But you wouldn't have known that if you didn't record the number to start with, because what happens is there's this, like an amnesia effect. I forget what he calls it. He has a term for it. But it's like once you get better, you forget how bad it was. That's why you want to record it. So here you are having this journey. You want to record where you're at today and tomorrow and the next day, so that when you look back, you can see that progress. And that encourages you to move on. That's why it's so important. Thank you for all the hearts, Marby. Harp fiddle. You asked me a question on the video about Earthtopia, and I mentioned that earlier on in this session. So if you weren't here and you didn't hear it, go back and listen at the beginning and you'll get the answer. Also, if you go back and do a search on my channel for Earthtopia, you'll find a lot of messages where they talk about it. Let's see. There's one, I think it even says Earthtopia on the thumbnail. Way back like in 2017, 2018, that's when it first started, the messages about Earthtopia. So that's what we are moving into. It's our new age, our new world. That's what humanity's evolving to. A place of oneness, peace, love, joy, and harmony. That's what Earthtopia is all about. So I hope that helps you. All right, so now harp fiddle. What do you need to know for 2026 besides about Earthtopia? What would you like to share with harp fiddle? I'm also hearing for you the song from Rawhide, the theme song, moving, 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 keep those doggies moving. So you can take that to mean you. It's you taking action, not hesitating, stepping up and taking action, because what happens if you don't? Your herd starts running away, and all of a sudden that herd that was going to support you for the rest of your life, like a retirement account, starts getting lost or stolen. So it's you being present, being conscious, taking care of business. And that doesn't mean you don't make room for fun and joy, because yeah, you absolutely do need to do that. But it's also keep your eye on the ball and move forward with those goals. Don't let them slip and slide because you think they're too much for you, or maybe you were dreaming too big. You can't dream too big. Whatever it is that your heart desires is there because you were inspired, which means you can do it. So bring the team in, get them to help you wrangle all the herd that's running off. And, that's your energy, right? That's your energy that you're using to move forward, create in your future. Get them to help you wrangle all of that into the right direction, focused on what you want to create, and get clear about what you want to create. And that will change everything. So it's perspective, it's persistence. It's being present. Yeah, all of that. And 2026 can look like one heck of a ride as long as you attend to that business. So that's what they want you to know. So I hope that makes sense for you. Oh, Debbie said, for the modern woman who values aesthetic beauty and metaphysical properties, wearing a labradorite necklace or ring serves as a constant reminder of one's inner magic. That's cool. Thank you, Debbie. Whether you're drawn to its stunning optical phenomenon, labradorescence, or its reputation for strengthening psychic abilities, incorporating this stone into your daily life can be inspiring. Awesome. Yeah. I also have this labradorite ball on my desk, which, has those interesting little things when you turn it around, different facets that show up in the light. Yeah, there's something about it. To me, it's grounding. It has a very grounding feel, and it's substantial. Yeah, I really like it a lot. But when I saw this sphere, it's like, oh man, I'm really drawn to that. And then that led to getting the pendant. So yeah, I'm kind of surrounded by labradorite right now. Lorraine, you were blessed with a red kit therapy mat. It's wonderful. Oh, that is awesome. Yeah, I've heard lots of good things about those. Use it in good and even better health. Thank you, Debbie, for putting the meditation playlist up. I appreciate that. A reading for Richard. Okay, yes, you absolutely can get one. So, team, what do you want to share with Richard for 2026? Or just for today, whatever he needs to know now. Richard, you need to know that we love you to the moon and back. You are perfect as you are today, and getting more so. Don't be so hard on yourself. Give yourself grace as we give you grace. Take a page from Creator's book, who says you are perfect, magnificent, brilliant, and resplendent right now, and tomorrow will be more so. Don't be hard on yourself. Be loving to your gracious, magnificent self. Allow yourself to give that gift to you that you've so long given to others. Because when you do that, your whole being will expand and you will have more to give to the world. You see how that works? Give more to yourself so that you have more to give to the world. Make that your mantra. This is a year for you of expansion, of opening up, of expanding your sensibilities, your psychic abilities, connecting on a deeper level, more confidence, more faith, more accomplishing that which you set out to accomplish. But don't drive yourself with a whip, Richard. Self-care is also important. You need balance. Love and self-care with working on your goals. In the flow, though, not efforting. Come to the well whenever you need a vital force infusion, and we will fill you to overflowing. Never let yourself be depleted. Keep coming, getting refilled to overflowing so that there's always extra to share with the world. Take that advice to heart, and it will carry you through this magnificent new year in an empowered, enlightened state of beingness that will serve you at the very highest level, and it will bless those you love. Thank you, team. That was beautiful. Okay, so we reached the end of the questions. Let's see what's left here. Linda, Blue Bayou is a beautiful song. Look up the lyrics and tune into what tingles inside. Yeah, it's also beautiful because Linda Ronstadt was such an amazing talent. That voice, heavenly voice, and her energy, her work on behalf of other people. She's been an activist her entire life, and Now she's struck down with MS, and she's in a very challenging chapter of her life. So there's so much significance there, being lifted up by that, taking that journey, and she's not quitting. She's still a bright light. She still shows up and does what she can, even though her aging body allows her to do things differently than she did once. And we're so blessed that we have those recordings from when she was in her prime. Yeah, I think there's a lot there for you to get from that message. They didn't choose it by accident. It's beautiful. Oh, Josie, you've come by a different name. Okay, awesome. Well, keep coming back. We want to see you again and again. Aurora Blue, you are so welcome. You've been thinking a lot about the past. You'll be in the present more. You have company and you're about to eat, so you got to go. Okay, much love to you, Aurora Blue. Have a fabulous day, and hopefully we'll see you on Monday. Chris in the Ocean, you are so welcome. Tanya's Light, Happy New Year to you. And since you came too late for questions, Tanya, try to join us on Monday. This coming Monday is the first Monday in January at 9 p.m. Eastern. We'll be doing First Monday Metaphysical live stream chat. So come and bring those questions. We want to be sure everybody gets their questions answered. Oh, thank you, Debbie. Hugs and blessings for the new year to you as well. Sonia, grateful. Grateful heart is a magnet for miracles. I love that. That is beautiful. Yeah, I hope you hung that on your wall or something, because that's a beautiful mantra. And Linda says, blessed are the curious, for they shall have adventures. And that's from Lovell Druckmann, an American author. Yeah. Curiosity is a blessing. Yeah, allowing that curiosity of your soul to take you places, that inner child curiosity leading you on to more and more. It's perfect. Starseed Wisdom, I'm so glad you could make it. I'm sorry you missed the window for questions, but hopefully you can join us on Monday and bring some questions. So Happy New Year to you. I am wishing you just the most magnificent year, because this is the time to step forward, being more fully you than you've ever been before. And your angels are going to lift you right up into the clouds so that you can soar and sprinkle that magical fairy dust over the world to bless everyone as you travel. Your presence will bless the world. So thank you for being there. Oh, Jolene, you can't use the patches. You're allergic. You use Tiger Balm. That's awesome. And a TENS unit. Yeah, I know that helps a lot of people. And ET could help too. I don't know if you've tried it, but it's worth a try. And you might check in with my friend Linda Lang at thoughtchange.com. And her Facebook is Soul Shine Alchemy. Linda is a magnificent healer. She has more tricks up her sleeve. So she might have something that would be helpful as well. So don't give up. Keep looking until you find your healing, because you deserve it. And it's out there for you. Janani, hello. Happy New Year. Yeah, I'm past the time of questions, Janani, because we've got to end this thing sometime. If I keep taking them, we'll be here all day. And my ears are getting really bad, so I've got to go shortly. But please come on Monday night. I'll have had time to rest, and hopefully this volume will have gone down, so I can answer your question on Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, same, Maureen. I'm sorry, we're past the question line, but definitely come Monday so we can get those questions. Hey, Turtle Kitty, so glad you could join us. Mary Lynn, yes, thanks for being here. Yeah, I hope you can come Monday too so we can get your questions. Jen Miranda, thank you. Happy New Year to you. Oh, Janani, you liked the New Year's message from Metatron. Wasn't that amazing? He really pulled out all the stops for us. And we can take a clue from that, because that's an indicator of what the energies of 2026 are going to be like. It's going to be phenomenal. Doesn't mean we won't have challenges. That's how we grow. But it's a breakthrough time for us. So don't let anything hold you back. Step forward in that love, that light, that purposefulness that you feel for accomplishing your soul purpose. It's all here for everybody to step into. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's about it. And yeah, we're at 3:00, so we should wind down. Anybody have any last message they want to share real quickly? And then we'll just do a closing prayer. Miss Debbie, it was a delight. Thank you for the healing light to my ears, and right back to you for your ears. We'll have to go check to see if there was a blast from the sun or something, because it was way down, like here, and now it's like up to here since we've been on the call. So the pressure is definitely building. Yeah, okay, you guys. Well, join me if you will. Let's just do a closing prayer and thank everyone and Creator. Thank you, Linda. That's beautiful. Thank you, Jen Miranda. Okay, so Creator, angels, Metatron, all that is, we are so deeply grateful for the time that you've given us, for the love, for the care, for your being dependable, always there when we need you, never giving up on us, no matter that we give up on ourselves sometimes. You are amazing. We are so grateful that you are there guiding the universe and us on this glorious journey that we're on, and into this new age of excitement, opportunity, newness everywhere we look. Thank all of you for being here, for bringing your light, your energy, your teams, because we are surrounded by this massive love light bubble from all of your teams together, building us up. And now we're going to ask them to release that bubble and send it out in a sonic boom across the planet, so that everybody might feel it and be blessed by it. And even if it's only for a moment, that they might feel that love filling them up, and they might soften their demeanor towards the world. They might, in that moment, wonder what it would be like if they allowed themselves to feel that way all the time. And some of them will have their awakening moment and join us in the Lightworker community as we bring oneness, peace, joy, harmony, and love to the planet. Thank you all for your intentions, for what you bring to the new year, for helping us to create this magnificent new Earth as we move towards Earthtopia. Wishing you all a most glorious 2026. And I look forward to seeing you all on Monday if you can join us then. If not, there will be other opportunities. And please do consider joining us in Soul Seekers. We meet on the last Friday of every month on Zoom so that we can see one another, and you can ask anything you like of your team. So I think that's about, oh, Debbie, I'm sorry, your ears just increased too. Yeah, there must be another solar blast coming through. I think it's time for me to go back and have another conversation with Mr. Sun to see what's going on. We need an update on that message. So I will do that, and as soon as possible, I'll get that out to you. Thank you all. Don't forget, on January the 11th, we're beginning the 21-day meditation challenge. You are all welcome. You just need to get the book if you haven't already, The Path to Hearing Angels and Guides. That's on Amazon. It's on Kindle. Doesn't even cost anything if you're on Kindle. It's free, right? But for the price of a book, if you have to buy it, you can learn how to channel, how to hear your team. It doesn't get any better than that. And it was created for you by Metatron so that you could have that two-way dialogue with your team. And we all need that right now. So join us. We'd love to have you. Much love to everybody. I will see you on Monday. Mwah. Bye, everybody. Enjoy your day.